Okay, students, so we were discussing about natural vegetative propagation in plants. Okay, we studied about how the reproduction takes place by the help of root, and we started with the stem also. Okay, under the stem we have studied that a subaerial stem or the runners help in the vegetative reproduction in certain plants like the grass or the strawberry. Okay, next we will go to the underground stem. Okay, when we talk about underground stem, there are various types of underground stem like the corm, rhizome, bulb, tuber, all these things. Okay, and these structures are very important to the plants because they carry out two important functions. One, they carry out the process of vegetative reproduction. Second, they store the food for the plant. Okay, so these are the important functions that are carried out by the different types of underground stem, and that is why they are important for the plant. Okay, so the different types of underground stem we are going to discuss in detail how they bring about the vegetative propagation. Okay, so first one is the corm. So corms are rounded fleshy structures that grow in the vertical direction. Okay, so these corms will be growing in the vertical direction. Here you can see the corms to be present, they are growing in the vertical direction. Okay, here the corms are present and they are growing in the vertical direction, right? Now what happens is the corms are in cluster. Okay, cluster means they are in group and they are present around the swollen base of the stem. So this is the swollen base of the stem of gladiolus, and here the corms are present, and from these corms towards the lower side you will find the roots to be growing, and towards the upper side you will be finding the buds to be growing. Okay, during the growing season these buds will grow into daughter corms. Okay, and they will be using the stored food material that is present in the swollen stem. Okay, and the example, as we have already discussed, it is gladiolus. Okay, so that is about the corms. Next we go to rhizomes. Okay, so what are rhizomes? Rhizome is a swollen stem bearing nodes, internodes, buds, scaly leaves and roots. Okay, so the swollen stem bearing nodes, internodes, buds, scaly leaves and roots are called as rhizomes. Okay, and generally it grows horizontally. So here we are having the rhizome of the ginger. Okay, what the like I will tell you which part is the node and which part is the internode. See, here you can see the scaly leaves to be present. Okay, right? So this portion is the node, because we have discussed in our lower classes that the place where the leaves are produced is called as the node. So this is the node, this is the node, and this region between the two nodes is the internode. So nodes are present, internodes are present, and scaly leaves are present, and in the axils of the scaly leaves you will be finding the buds to be present. Okay, and these rhizomes, okay, they grow horizontally uh, on or just below the surface of the soil. Just below the surface of the soil you will be finding the rhizomes to be growing. Okay, the example is ginger over here. You can consider the rhizome of the turmeric also, right? Just remember that the buds are present in the axil of the scaly leaves. Okay, so if you just cut the piece out of this rhizome and plant it into the soil, okay, it will be developing into a new plant because of the presence of the bud, right? Yeah, next is the bulb. Okay, what is bulb? A spherical underground stem with fleshy leaves attached to it is called as bulb. Okay, and here the example is onion, right? So onion contains bulb. Onion, whatever onion structure is there, it is called as bulb, and this bulb contains leaves. Okay, the different parts of the onion that comes out, okay, separated out, those are the basically leaves, and these leaves store the food material. That is why they are thick. Okay, now this bulb contains two types of buds. Okay, apical bud and axillary bud. The apical bud will be giving rise to flowers and leaves, and the axillary bud gives rise to new shoot. Okay, so if you plant if you just put, even if you just put an onion into water with the roots dipped into it, and the onion should not be dipped in the water, only the roots should be dipped into the water, you will find the new plant coming out of it, new shoot coming out of it. Okay, so that is the bulb which is giving rise to a new plant. Okay, and that is the example of the onion bulb. Next is tuber. Okay, we are talking here about the potato tuber. Tuber is also a type of underground stem. Okay, so what is tuber? A swollen apical part of the underground stem is called as tuber, and here we are having the example of the potato. Okay, if you have seen the potato, okay, very carefully, you must have noted that on the potato there are eye-like structures present. Eye-like structures present. Okay, basically they are the node with the bud. Okay, here this seed shaped structure is the node and this dot is the bud. So this type of eyes, 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 okay, eye like structure that is present on the potato tuber, it is called as the eye, right? And it contains the bud. This bud germinates. You can see the germinating bud over here. This bud will be germinating and it will be producing a new plant. Okay, so now here we are having three different eye present over here. So you can cut the potato into three pieces and plant it into the soil to get three new plants from it. Okay, so that is about the tuber. Okay, so example is potato. With the help of tuber, the reproduction, or you can say the vegetative reproduction, takes place, right? Yeah. Now we come to the third type of vegetative part, that is the leaves. We have studied how the root helps in the process of vegetative reproduction, how the stem helps in the vegetative reproduction, and now we are coming to the leaves, and the example over here is bryophyllum. Okay, now here this is the picture of the bryophyllum leaf. Okay, the leaf, as you can see, it is quite broad and it is having notches at its margin. Okay, notches. This structure is called as notch. Okay, this structure is called as notch. So there are notches present in the margin of the bryophyllum leaf, and these notches contain the adventitious buds. Okay, what are adventitious buds? Buds that arise from any other part of the plant. Okay, apart from shoot apex or leaf axil. So this is the shoot apex. Here the bud is present. It will be called as a apical bud. This is a leaf. In the margin, in the angle of the leaf, there is a bud present. This will be called as the axillary bud. Okay, so these two are normal types of buds, but here the buds are coming on the, or produced on the leaf. That is why they are called as adventitious buds. They are not the normal bud present at the shoot apex or in the leaf axil, right? So adventitious buds are produced in the notches of the bryophyllum leaf. Okay, these buds, they develop into small plantlets. Okay, as you can see in the diagram, the buds have developed into small plantlets. Okay, with the shoot and the root. Okay, you can remove these plantlets or they will fall off on their own onto the ground and they will be developing into a new plant. Understanding? So this way the leaves of the bryophyllum carry out the vegetative propagation. Okay, so we have studied the natural type of vegetative propagation in plants by root, by stem and by leaves. Okay, in the next video we will be studying about the vegetative propagation, that is artificial one. Okay, right? Fine.